everyone has a beard and you're growing a beard. Is that a requirement for this group?
No, it was just a long, cold winter, I think. Or we've been in here for like 6 months.
Oh, okay, that's what it
Marks
is.
grow slow.
No, I've had this for a while, and I refuse to grow it any longer. I keep my beard trimmed.
Oh, okay.
This is my first time ever in a studio, yeah.
So what do you guys think of working with Brian? Are you happy, and how's that going for you?
Oh my God,
Dream come true.
I mean, Brian has worked on some of the greatest records of all time. When I found out that we were going to get the chance to work with him, I was so excited because, I mean, he's the guy behind Alice in Chains' record Dirt, which was sonically, from an engineer standpoint, it was still one of the greatest records that's been recorded. And we're using some of the same guitar amps, about to play on one of the same guitars today. So it's been, and he knows rock and roll.
Hey, this is Brian Karlstrom, and we're down here at my new studio recording Hillbilly Herald, Burbank, California. And we're set up here to record records the way the Beatles and the Rolling Stones did, as well as the way U2 has recorded records for many years. But we're actually out in the same room with the band. The band's all together playing like a band, and no bullshit, basically. And, we're making rock and roll the way it's supposed to be made.
And he's a huge AC/DC fan, which is like very important, it's like...
Well, the song that I heard the tracks to had very much like an AC/DC and almost and Lynyrd Skynyrd elements going for it too, which is just amazing and so much fun, and it sounds like it's got so much verve,
Well, it represents us well, I think.
Totally.
I've always wanted to do music, but scared to death of it. I was scared to death of it, I thought, well, it's, I'm gonna get caught up in it, and I don't know why I was always scared of it. I was always scared to do it. And, and that's why it was really important for me to actually, like, if Mark would have just given in at the beginning and done it, I think it wouldn't have been as great as it was, because it made me swim harder and faster. When I sold him on it and he looked at me and said, all right, dude, we can do this, then it was easier to sell everybody else.
Jimmy Herald, I already knew it, and that's really important, because a lot of the other bands you get in with, you only know them through music. In fact, when you're hanging outside of the band, you don't talk about anything except the band and music, which is really frustrating because that's not friendship.
Right.
That's just being in a band.
Yeah.
With this, Jimmy and I, this whole thing could come crashing down, and we still got the same friendship we started this out with.
We're still the same Jimmy.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm working with the same guy I knew, and he's working with the same guy he's been known forever too. And I think that's what makes the songwriting so easy. Is it's just like, all right, I know what Jimmy likes, and here's what I like. Jimmy, do you like this? Yeah, I dig it. All right, we'll come up with something, and then 2 hours later, we're done.
What's cool about it is that anybody can do it if you got the heart.
Yeah, it's all heart. That's all he's got.
The trick is, the problem with musicians is they're trained technically. They learn music theory, and when you learn music theory, all you're really doing is building
Limiting
up walls around
Yeah,
you.
limiting.
And then all you've done then is create boundaries. When you bring in someone like Jimmy, who just loves rock and roll, but doesn't know all these stupid musical theory things, I always told myself, don't study too much, don't listen to it. I made sure I didn't take too many lessons. I made sure I didn't learn too much about musical stuff. I learned a lot, but I never wanted to learn too much, because the best guys I've ever worked with in my life didn't know anything, and they just walk in, and when you have no boundaries, you can do something original.